Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last episode of Reddit Wars, where we check out the old-time best gaming setups from the Battle Station subreddit. Let's begin. Are you sad and lonely? Do you need a friend? If so, you're gonna love today's sponsor. Meet Luna, the most intelligent companion robot that's powered by ChatGPT. Not only can you have natural conversations with Luna, just like chatting with a human, but you can also play many games with it. We got Game Ball, where Luna chases and plays with the ball kind of like a normal pet would. Bullfighting is where Luna will run into the red cloth just like a regular bull, minus the damage to the human organs. However, my personal favorite is the hand slap. Luna will lift the front wheel to try and smack your hand, so having quick reflexes comes in handy. With over 100 voice commands, Luna is the ultimate pet to have around, especially if you have little ones. My 2-year-old daughter absolutely loves playing with Luna, but it's not only designed for kids, it can keep adults entertained as well. I love the feature where you can do video calls from your smartphone or tablet and control Luna from your location. This is awesome if you want to check in on the kids or any pets you have at home. If you guys are interested in checking out Luna, I'll have a link down below. Kicking off the episode, we have a beautiful blacked out battle station from MaxRip who submitted over 2 years ago. Yeah, I've always said this in the past, I love a blacked out wall. Don't get me wrong, the white color scheme will always have a special place in my heart, but there's just something about a blacked out setup that gives me massive wood. Speaking of which, wood complements black very well. It gives off these warm tones and the feeling of being relaxed and safe, whereas white is more inviting and open. The audio interface might seem like it's a bit far from reach, but other than that, this is a very clean setup with excellent cable management. Well done. Up next, we have the den, which looks to be in his attic. That looks like such a cozy place to hang out and game. We got a projector in the back for watching content and a PC setup for mixing music, it looks like, and possibly gaming. You can tell this is a grown-up's den. It's lacking the teenagery vibes. We got no RGB lighting, no posters, no refrigerator stacked with disgusting prime drinks. I don't know why, but this seems like a place he built just to escape from the wife and kids. I just wish there was more thought put into decorating this space because I know a lot of people out there who would kill to have a room like this in their house. I just see so much wasted opportunity to take this gaming den to the next level. The setup itself is also underwhelming. The monitor layout is unpractical. We got an ultra-wide as the main, which is fine, but the second monitor is just too straight. It needs to be rotated at an angle for a more comfortable field of view. On top of that, he's using the world's smallest mouse pad with the worst cable management I've seen. It's pretty obvious he doesn't really care about aesthetics here. I was gonna say he's more into functionality, but the setup is lacking that as well. But you know what? There is room for improvement. Now here's a minimal setup with a brighter color scheme. See how much of a difference the color of the wall makes here? It changes the dynamic and the atmosphere of not only the setup, but the entire room as well. This looks way more open and inviting to me. We got an ultra-wide mounted on the wall with exceptional cable management and attention to detail. All the pictures on the wall have been precisely measured and aligned perfectly with each other. You love to see it. I couldn't have asked for a more cleaner setup. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have this. Not exactly sure what I'm looking at here, to be honest. It looks very busy. There seems to be a headboard of some sort that he used to mount 3 of his monitors and a headset. I'm not exactly sure I understand the purpose of the headboard when he could have just mounted the monitors directly on the wall. If it was to hide the cables, I would have understood, but the cables are not even managed here. I do like the floating desk though. You don't get to see that many corner floating desks out there, but Frank did an excellent job installing these and making sure all 3 pieces are connected nicely. Personally, I'm not a fan of the product boxes being shown off on the top shelf. I think they're a bit tacky. This is just my opinion, by the way. I would rather put things that have more meaning to you, maybe collectibles or other stuff that you're really into. But then again, people might argue the fact that these empty boxes do have meaning in a sense because you worked hard to buy them, so you're proudly displaying them. But I don't know, aesthetically, they're just not appealing to look at. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad setup overall. It could use some more work in the organizing department, but it's a pretty sick battle station nonetheless. And by the way, you're almost out of tissues. Yo, this one's legit. Imagine every hospital rocking a setup like this, and you're able to play Super Smash Bros. On a Nintendo 64 hours before your surgery starts. This dude's living in the year 3000. He's got fancy sparkling water on his nightstand, which I'm also drinking, by the way. a built-in motorized mount for his monitor, a pair of speakers, and a spot for his PC. I mean, what else do you need? I can see people breaking their bones on purpose just to rock a setup like this in bed. There was a missed opportunity to go with an ultra-wide monitor, or at least find a way to mount the speakers on both sides of the monitor, but I mean, overall, this is a pretty solid start. I'm more curious where he got that contraption from. It legit looks like one of those things you see in the hospitals that you hang the IV pouches from. Oh, another thing you can pick up is a lap board. That way your keyboard and mouse are supported on a flat surface. But other than that, it's a pretty kick-ass post-surgery setup if I say so myself. Okay, so this one's got 27.3K votes over 4 years ago. And I want to know if you guys can guess what element gave this setup these many votes, okay? Is it A, 4 monitors, B, 3 PCs plus 1 laptop, 3 city views, or D, a van battle station? If you guess C, city views, then you just want a cookie. Really, that's all it takes these days to be in the 1% of the battle station subreddit. But if I'm being honest, this subreddit isn't as active as it used to be many years ago. You rarely see impressive setups on here, and the ones that are impressive don't even have that many upvotes. I don't know if that's just the battle station subreddit or if people just aren't that active on Reddit anymore in general. But anyways, moving on. So yeah, the setup is pretty badass though. I mean, we got stacked ultra-wides, a 27-inch vertical mode that's raised fairly high. I'm guessing not to block the view of the PC, which is understandable. But other than that, there's nothing really that stands out here. It's pretty straightforward stuff. You know, at first I was like, this would be a really good set for the new casting couch, but it's way too classy. This room looks bigger than most people's living room. And I love the way he decorated the space with the blue walls and the yellow acoustic panels. This guy's definitely representing Best Buy or IKEA. We got a pretty badass music production setup on the right with dual monitors and a TV up top for watching content. I'm pretty sure he doesn't do any gaming on it, judging by the $3 Staples mouse and the flattest keyboard known to mankind. No. The only gaming that's happening here is on solitaire or pinball. Is anyone gonna tell him about the crappy PC case he's using? That looks like an H440 from NZXT, and that thing has as much airflow as a butt crack. And I would know, I built in it. The case, not the butt crack. You know, maybe I did build in a butt crack, what's it to you? Most of NZXT cases are pretty bad anyways. They're always choking the PC components like Jeffrey Dahmer did to his victims. I mean, this post was 5 years ago, so I'm pretty sure he learned his lesson and he picked up something better, but yeah, sick battle station, loving the vibes. Ben. How many times are we gonna see you on Reddit, my guy? 30.9K, almost 31K votes on this, and it isn't even your updated setup, my dude. In fact, I think his most recent setup got less votes than his most current one, which once again proves the fact that people just aren't active on this subreddit. Or I have a new theory. Okay, hear me out. Maybe people just aren't impressed anymore. Because let's face it, after all these years of looking at setups, we've seen every single possible combination of color scheme, layouts, gear. So in a way, I kind of get it. But yeah, this is such a throwback to the good old days where every setup featured in Setup Wars was interesting, only because everything was so unique at the time. But yeah, if you guys want to check out this episode where the setup was featured, I'll drop a link to the top right corner. Wow, literally 2 in a row. Look, I'm not even kidding. Justin's setup is right above Ben's, 2 back-to-back setup features. In fact, I think I remember seeing this in a previous Reddit Wars as well. I can't remember which episode it was, but also I can't tell what changed since last time. It looks exactly the same. Maybe the cable management was improved and he added a logo. I'm not sure if that was there, but it's definitely missing a badass wallpaper though. Let's add something cool on there. But yeah, I'm gonna give the same recommendations as last time. Right angle adapters for the GPU and power supply, and spiffy up the cables. Maybe even pick up a boom arm for your mic. Regardless, a very creative setup as always. Okay, remember earlier when I said that there was nothing exciting or unique anymore? Well, feast your eye sockets on this. My dude has a PC inside of a gumball machine. Even though this was posted 5 years ago, it's something we haven't really seen before. Is it practical? Nope. Does it look cool? Subjective, I guess, but it's unique. That much we do know. How cool would it be if you program the PC and the door opens up and it spits out a gumball for every win you get in Warzone or Fortnite? I think that would be, wait, this freaking flies. I think that would have been much cooler, if I'm being honest. One must wonder how the temps are in this damn thing. I don't see any fans, but I have to assume that there is a 140mm fan on the top as exhaust, otherwise this PC won't have a long lifespan. This setup looks like it belongs to an Oompa Loompa. This is probably the only space this guy was given in his home by his mom to build a setup, and the budget was probably like $100. Most of this stuff was bought from Goodwill, and the rest were hand-me-downs from his great-grandmother. I wouldn't be surprised if this kid stole this very setup from his 4th grade computer class. If you look up the ultimate Roblox setup, this is probably what you'll see first in the search results. This setup is probably what the coolest kid in Christian school is rocking. All right, I'm done with the lame roasting, okay? I had to have fun with this one. Honestly, this is very humbling because we all start from somewhere, right? This is a constant reminder to stay grounded because not everyone has the monies to start off with a crazy high-end setup. I started with a crappy E-Machines PC that was lagging playing Warcraft 3, okay? So I know what it's like to cry yourself to sleep every night. But let's be real, guys. This doesn't belong in this subreddit, okay? Either potato setups, average battle stations, even the meme channel would be more fitting. But what do I know? I call it serenity. I call it neck pain. I'm kidding. It actually looks pretty comfortable to me. I'm confident the person who built this setup isn't a complete noob. And you know what? It grinds my gears when someone looks at a setup and automatically assumes the monitor layout is uncomfortable. Especially when that person has no experience building setups. Everyone is an expert all of a sudden. Just because you never had this monitor layout before and it looks weird to you, doesn't make you a health expert. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. One thing I would have done differently though, was I would have flipped the top ultra wide so you don't see that nasty bezel, but other than that, I love the stacked look. It looks like this guy definitely knows what he's doing. And I love the fact that he didn't let that wall slant get in the way of building his dream setup. In fact, he embraced it and he covered the wall with the 3D art panels. My guy even installed a shelf, which theoretically makes no sense at that angle, but if you look closely, it's the ones with a lip to prevent stuff from sliding off. He probably was like, I want a damn shelf above my setup and I'm not letting this damn wall get in the way. I love it. Also, at first I thought he stitched together a few carbly countertops, but it's actually a 12-foot custom butcher block that is using with a few IKEA trestles legs for support. Imagine how awesome it would have looked if you went with triangle brackets instead of those legs. This would have been the largest floating desk and it would have looked so much cleaner, but this looks fine too. It also looks like the PC is water cooled, but I wouldn't know for sure because it's powered off. Still a pretty sick battle station. See, now this is a proper van battle station, not like the one we saw from the last episode. My guy's living the dream, traveling, playing WoW, and smelling like Jabba the Hutt's armpits. Truly a gamer's paradise. At least he's got an AC unit and a travel companion. My dude is going places. Not climbing the chain of command at a fast food restaurant, but he's going places. Literally. You know, we haven't seen a plant themed setup that encapsulates the blend of nature and tech quite like this one does. There's something about this setup that just speaks to my soul. It's so elegant, yet functional. Simple, yet bold. There is a bit of sophistication as well. It almost seems as if this was torn off a page of a luxury interior design magazine. It's so beautifully crafted. I wish I can say it's flawless, but those loose cables, man. Such an easy fix too. Regardless, this was a very refreshing take on what setups can be if enough thought was put into personalizing and decorating it. Yo, now this is a battle van, ladies and gents. I got a feeling we're gonna start to see more van battle stations now that we're this high up on the subreddit. But wait a minute, isn't this the same guy as before? It is, but the van is different. Did he upgrade his van? He sure did, folks. Wow, talk about commitment. This guy surely is dedicated to the van life. So much that he bought a better van, and now he's got a dedicated spot for his pooch. That's cute.
One eternity later.
Okay, holy crap. I just found out this guy is a YouTuber, and this is basically what he does for a living. He travels the country, and he makes videos. There's apparently a full setup tour of his van on YouTube where he goes over how everything is powered, how fast his internet is. I mean, it's pretty damn impressive. I'll drop a link below if you guys want to check it out, but I'm definitely digging this van battle station a lot more than his last. Okay, what in the hardware Canucks is going on here? Dimitri, is that you? So real quick, I'm not trying to be mean or make fun of anyone, but the dude on the left needs to work on his posture, okay? Kyphosis is not a pleasant thing. If it's not corrected, it will get worse over time and it will cause a lot of discomfort. I speak from personal experience. I started wearing this backstrap a few months ago so that I can correct my posture because I'm always hunched over on my setup and I don't even realize it because I'm on autopilot most of the time. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it in past videos, but I put this strap on about an hour a day and it helps me correct my posture in addition to the usual stretches that I do in the mornings. I know this was a bit off topic, but I guess I wanted to make this public service announcement and remind you guys to please take care of your bodies. I know most of you watching are probably young and you don't really realize what you're putting your body through every single day. And you won't realize this until it's too late or when you start feeling discomfort. So take breaks, do your stretches, please take care of yourself, guys. Back to the video. You know, I can somewhat relate to this picture. After becoming a dad, my game time has reduced by like 90%. I used to take Saturday nights off, sometimes even Sundays, and play Warzone with the boys. But now I don't even have time to drop a proper deuce. And now that my second daughter is here, honestly, I'm not complaining though. Like, I am so blessed to have two amazing and beautiful daughters. And I know this is temporary because as soon as I start getting older, I can slowly start making more time for gaming. So all hope is not lost, especially to all the fathers watching this video with newborns. Hang in there, my guys, hang in there. We will reach the promised land soon enough. Okay, we've seen this guy already in the previous React video. I've awarded him with the seal of approval for the ultimate fab station. There's no other setup that comes close to this. Okay, but from a practical standpoint, it's just not comfortable unless you're a Pilates teacher. I feel like I should be disappointed that this is the #2 spot of the most voted battle station, but I'm not. I don't even remember how many freaking times I've seen this picture. I'm sure all of us have seen this on our Twitter feed or IG feed at one point or another. So apparently he's got a full-size server in his living room and his PC is in the middle, it looks like. But I don't know the reason why it's in the living room. It could be temporary, it could be just for clicks. But one thing I do know for a fact is that this is not too far off from reality. With graphics cards getting bigger every year and requiring more power, this isn't too far off from the future. In the next 10, 20 years, this is going to be the standard super tower required to fit your RTX 50,000 series graphics card. And finally, ladies and gents, the moment we have all been waiting for. 3 months, 7 freaking episodes, and we have made it to the top of the ladder. 66.2 thousand votes. This is the highest voted setup in the Battle Stations subreddit. We have made it to our final destination. I'm so freaking excited to check it out. And the fact that there's no preview like the others makes it that much more suspenseful. All we know is that he's a truck driver with a PC and a dream. So I'm expecting like a pretty sick battle station inside of a truck or something. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. You gotta be kidding me. This is it? This is what we all waited for? 7 fucking episodes, and this is how we end the series. Absolute joke. Oh my God. This single setup single-handedly sharded on all the other setups in this subreddit. All because this guy drives a truck, took a picture of his potato setup on his Nokia phone, and posted it. I'm officially done with Reddit. I'm never coming back to this subreddit. I don't even want to do an outro. I'm out of here. Screw this. Absolute joke, dude. What a letdown.